Animal Communication Camp, a 5-day adventure for pets and their people. My name is Shannon, Pets of Animal Love Languages, and this is Pearl Cuts, my ever-present 22-year-old feathered sidekick. In this, day one of our adventure together, we are going to talk about one of the most common ways animals send messages to people, through seeing. Seeing is often the most dramatic way you receive information from your pet. This is especially true for those of us who are more visual. If we see it, we are much more likely to believe it and trust it. But in most cases, when your animal sends you a visual message, they don't send it in the form of a surround sound Technicolor full-length feature film. Your animal is going to get right to the point. Why is this? Imagine for a moment you are a wild animal out in the forest and you are just going about your day, minding your own business. Suddenly, you see a tree up ahead on your path. There is a strange shadow behind that tree. What do you need to know right now? Whether that shadow is friendly or hungry, right? You aren't going to spend time to set the scene, describe the lush scenery, explain how it all makes you feel, dissect your hopes, wishes, dreams, fears. There's no time for that. You only need to know one thing, and you need to know it now. Friendly or hungry. You will look right at the thing, that suspicious shadow. What is it? You focus in so hard, looking for the smallest details that will tell you whether to keep on walking forward or turn around and run. Makes sense, right? Of course, your pet isn't a wild animal out in the jungle. They are living the good life with catered meals, spring water, a soft bed, and all the posh pampering that comes with it. And this is just how we like it, right? But here is what nearly all pet carers too easily forget. On the inside, your pet's wild instincts are still functioning just fine. In fact, so are yours. We all have the fight or flight survival system housed deep in our limbic brain stems. We all have an inbuilt emergency detection and response system. And this system is always on high alert in all of us, continually scanning our perimeter for threats. And if needed, activating our emergency getaway plans. Isn't that right, Pearl? He says, oh yes, Mom, I have plenty of emergency getaway plans. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. This explains why when you are communicating with an animal, you are nearly always going to get visual data the same way the animal gathers it. In short, highly relevant snapshots. These visuals will come in quickly and clearly. Blink and you will literally miss it. Let your mind get into the mix and you will definitely miss it. Instead, you will be left holding a collection of images that represent your mind's best guesstimate instead of your animal's truth. Sounds simple enough, right? Unfortunately, it rarely feels that simple when we first start trying to communicate with our pets. Why is this? While the visual snapshot that your animal sends you might make perfect sense to your pet, it might not be so simple for you to decode the message. And that is where we, the human animal in the mix, need a lot of practice. And here is one more tip to tuck away before you start your practicing. These visual images your pet sends you will not be visible with your outer eyes. You will see them with your inner eyes, the subtler vision of your intuition. So let's start practicing asking for, receiving, and decoding visual messages from your pet. Here are some common examples of the types of visual messages your pet might use to communicate with you, just so you kind of get a sense of what you might be looking for. Quick flashes of color or light before your inner eyes. One tiny moment from the animal's past experience. A sudden visual of an object, person, place, or even another animal. A single scene from one of your favorite movies. This week, start tuning in to the visual snapshots your pet is sending you. This doesn't have to take a long time or feel arduous. In fact, when it starts to feel like you are making an effort, stop. You are trying way too hard. Instead, play. Just set your mind to imagine and explore, asking your pet questions and receiving visual answers. Take 5 or 10 minutes. Get quiet and close your eyes if it helps you to focus. To get you started, you may want to choose one of these open-ended questions to ask your pet. And be sure to ask your animal to send you a visual reply. How do you feel about your food, your bed, your yard, enclosure, or habitat? Show me something that scares you. This is just a purely open-ended question. Tell me about riding in the car, taking walks, going to the vet, eating. What is your favorite toy, treat, activity, place in the house? Have fun with this. Again, play. You are at the very beginning of a wonderful journey. There is no need to rush, master this in one day, or be harsh with yourself if you don't get anything right away. Think about how patient you were when you were training your pet, how loving you felt towards them, how excited you got at every little step forward, no matter how tiny. This is exactly how you should treat yourself, and it is certainly how your pet feels about you. Animals get so excited when their people try even a little bit to communicate with them. Remember, your pet is a master at communicating through the universal language of all species, the shared language of images, feelings, sensations, words, and deep gut knowings. And your pet is a master of unconditional love, which means they are never judging you and they are never rushing you. Your animal wants to teach you what they know so you can talk to each other. Be a joyful, humble student. That is your only job. Stay open, willing, and very present, and you will start to learn how to receive visual messages from your pet. In our next lesson, we will talk about another common way pets talk to their people, through hearing. I look forward to hearing about your experiences. Bye for now, and I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon for day 2.